Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all our viewers from around the world within the Prife community. My name is Dr. James Song, and I'm your friendly host. Well, friendly host in the sense that, I get to meet all these lovely people from around the world, and I will tell you and share with you their amazing story, something that some of you may have a similar situation. Well, perhaps this is the remedy for you. And we have two wonderful ladies from different parts of the world, different continents. We have first our guest from the United States. Can we welcome Suzi Heller Jackson from North Carolina, right?
Well, thank you, Dr. Ong. It's so nice to be with you this morning.
Good morning to you, and welcome to our live stream. Well, let's get on with it because with you, we have so much to cover. You're such an energetic person, and it's really nice to be connected with you. First of all, what got me to invite you to the live stream was because what I saw on Facebook group about your psoriasis that you have updated the community. Perhaps you would like to tell us a little bit about it, and then we'll move on to other stuff.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I have suffered with psoriasis for a long time, and it's very embarrassing. And I just remember being in the testimonial group and seeing so many other great success stories about it. So I decided to try it myself. And so I just blew on the affected area. Sometimes I would put coconut oil on it because I understood that that would drive the frequencies deeper into my skin. And I was very, very pleased with my results and just so happy that there was something that I could do that was very non-invasive. So I'm very excited about the technology.
And it kind of happened very fast, wasn't it? Like 24 hours?
Oh, yes. Yes, of course. The first time there was some improvement. Yes, absolutely.
And aside from this psoriasis, I don't know whichever one comes first or comes next. Was it your tennis injury to your hand? Tell us about it.
Yes. Well, the tennis injury is what changed everything. All right. So I'm a tennis player. First of all, a friend of mine had introduced this technology to me. And although I've been a proponent and a student of frequency and understanding that it is the missing link in healing, I thought I had great energy and I slept well, and I really didn't think I needed this technology, but I wanted to have it anyway. So I did not use it on a regular basis in the beginning. And then one day when I was playing tennis, I had a very dramatic injury to this small little area on the forearm that was so painful. And I was like, I'm done. I cannot play. What am I going to do? So I tried energy patches. I tried ice, and nothing budged. And so I went to my closet and I pulled out my little classic wand, and I just intuitively said, hey, I'm just going to blow on this for like 10 minutes. Now, when I did the ice and the energy patches, nothing happened. And I mean nothing. So I blew on it with the TerraCare Classic for 10 minutes, and it was 85% better.
Wow.
And I tell you, I was so blown away. I want to tell you that I told my my personal trainer about this, and she said, Suzi, it's just going to take time and rest. And I was like, I don't have time and rest. Amazing. I have the classic.
That's really amazing.
So that was amazing.
And well, you mentioned classic, but then I know when something happened to your tooth and you was using a pro. So tell us about that experience.
Oh my goodness. So yes, I started off with the classic, and I was so impressed with the classic that I became such a strong believer. And I said, I've got to have that pro. And that pro is like, it's like one of my favorite things in the world because it's more powerful. It takes less time. And the cool setting is just heavenly, is what I say, So I'll tell you about my tooth, which is an incredible story. I just believe that this should be, your first aid kit in your home. So I had some pain in my cuspid, my front cuspid,
Mhm.
and it was very painful to the touch and even bothered me when I was sleeping. So intuitively, I got a little cotton ball and I put some colloidal silver on it and I just rested it on the inside of my mouth. And then I blew on it with the Pro for 2 minutes. Now, it did get better, but I thought, well, I should get this checked out. So I went to my dentist and she saw some inflammation up there and she was very concerned. You'd think somebody had died, you know? And I was like, please don't worry. This is what I'm doing. So anyway, she said that I needed to have a further check and she recommended that I, have an oral surgeon check me out. Luckily, I have a business partner, Dr. Joe Goff, in Pennsylvania, who I was going to see for an event. So I knew that he would be able to do this extensive scan. I don't know what it's called. But anyway, in the meantime, I continued to use the colloidal silver and I blew on my mouth with the Pro for 2 minutes to drive that deep into the bones. And I went from painful to tenderness to nada. And when he did his high intensity scan, guess what he saw? Nada. And
Wow.
I mean, I was so excited.
And there was even a suggestion that perhaps they have to extract that tooth, right?
Yes, that's what the
So,
initial conversation was about. And I was like, oh no, I don't want that,
wow,
So
amazing.
yes.
Yeah, you just save your tooth.
And a lot of money.
Now, yeah, we were just having fun earlier, and we were just talking, and you told me you're kind of like an accidental networker because it wasn't your plan to do the business, right? But because the product worked so well, and you started sharing with your family, friends, and loved ones, perhaps you would like to share a couple of cases or something that has to be mentioned here about your friends who introduced by you this iTerra Care.
Yes, absolutely. Well, my story is a story for everybody because we really need to share this with everyone, even those who say they're not going to do this as a business. Because I told my friend who sponsored me into this, I said, I'm going to try the product, but I am not going to do this as a business. Well, after I had the experience with my arm, things started to change, but I didn't want to tell her. I ended up inviting a couple of friends over on separate times who were really having some very difficulties, and they had amazing results. They left my house better than when they came, and they both purchased a unit right away.
Wow.
So I still told my business partner that I was not going to do this as a business because I was nice and happily retired. But 50 people later and 1-star manager, I finally had to admit I am doing it as a business.
Wow, 50 people bought from you and you are now accidentally a 1-star manager.
Yes.
That's really great. And I guess there's no stopping you because this is going to help a lot of people out there. And thank you so much for coming forward to share all these wonderful things. And I believe you'll be attending the Vegas, event. And
Absolutely. We've got a whole group of people that are coming, and we cannot wait to learn more about how we can serve others with this technology.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Suzi, and all the very best to you and your family, and have a blast in Vegas.
Thank you so much.
Wow. So we have wonderful sharing from Suzi Jackson, all the way from North Carolina. And now we're going to go to the other part of the world. From the Philippines, can we welcome Gretchen?
Hello.
Hi, Gretchen. How are you? Kamusta?
I'm great.
Okay.
I'm great. Thanks
Well,
for
it's good to have you. And again, I think I saw your story quite a while ago, but you had to postpone it because of some event that you had to attend. And then right now, I'm so happy to have you here because your story is amazing. If I may, to kickstart what exactly happened, you have a helper, and that helper of yours have this hearing, I think, on her right ear for 10 years. She couldn't listen to anything from her right ear for 10 years, and you were blowing for other problems, her buttocks and I don't know. And when it came to the head, you were blowing and there was a pop sound, right? And then
Correct.
after that, she kept blowing. Now tell us about it. Tell us what exactly happened.
Okay, so this is what happened that day. So she was complaining about having pain in her buttocks. So, but before that, let me give you a background. My helper is deaf on one ear, so every time we call her, it would take like 4 times before she can hear you. So, I thought that it's really a big problem. So I did not try to Itara or blow her yet.
Yeah.
But when she complained about her buttocks, I was thinking, oh, maybe it's the kidneys. So I started doing the basic for the first timer for Itera Care. So that would be
The 10 steps, right? The 10
the
steps.
10 steps. So I religiously follow that one for first timers. So what happened was I was blowing. So when we came to the lymph nodes on the neck, so I was just blowing, and she said that she heard something pop in her ear. I said, "Oh, that's great." So just nothing. We just continued. We just continued. So while doing the blowing thing in her spine, and then she suddenly cried because I was blowing in her ear. I told her, what happened? Why are you crying? She said, can hear you. So I was
Wow.
really worried at first, but she was really crying, really
Yeah.
like around
Those,
10
I mean,
minutes.
those are happy tears, yeah. Those
It
are happy
was.
tears, tears of joy. For
I
10
was
years, she
really
couldn't hear, and
happy.
suddenly she can hear. My goodness, I would cry
Yeah,
too.
I was very happy. I was very happy
Really.
for because for a long
So,
time that she had been
well, you
suffering.
are very good. I have to commend you. You have a very good. You are a very good employer. Even your helper, and you were blowing iTerra Care on her. Wow, it shows that you really have compassion for people. I
I
yeah.
really
So
love
amazing.
helping
You
as
did
much
really
as I
good.
can. As much
Yeah.
as I would like to help people, but sometimes time would limit me because my father has a stroke, and then I have a baby too. So I'm
Yeah.
really juggling the time. But our helper is really a good person too. So I was just, Ate, I'll just do this for you. So she was really happy. Until now, she can still hear.
Until now, no problem with her ear, right?
Sometimes she said she really thinks that there's something wrong with it, but we just continue because sometimes she said that it's wheezing,
Mhm.
but she can hear, unlike before that totally no hearing,
Wow.
totally zero.
Now, aside from this case of your helper, I mean, are there any other incidents or cases of, did you use it to blow on other people or yourself or your father, you mentioned, who had a
Yes,
stroke? Tell us about it.
my dad suffered a stroke last October 2022. um I did not do it regularly because when he was in the hospital, there was a restriction on
Yeah.
the visitation. So there was only one person who can go inside the hospital. So I wasn't really able to test. But for my father, the most impactful would be he has a lot of medicines, right? Like around 10 medicines in a day. So once he took that, his kidneys are really aching,
Yeah.
the right kidney. So he asked for my help, and okay, Dad, I will go on the area. It was really painful because they said if it's the affected area, it would really be painful. But
Yeah.
after a few minutes, I blow in it like around 15 to 30 minutes, then the pain would go away. And this would happen every day until the day that I finished that type of medicine that's very strong. So it's like that for my dad. And then another situation would be the most common toothache.
Mhm.
So I tried it on 3 different people. So one
Wow.
is myself, the other is my cousin, and the other one is the daughter of my helper. So for me, it took 30 seconds. I'm not joking. It took
I know
30
you're not joking. We just heard from Suzi who talked about her tooth, right? So yeah,
Mhm.
it does work. Tell us more.
Yeah.
Tell
Yeah.
us
For
more.
me, it took just 30 seconds. So I was really shocked, and it did not come back unless I eat a sweet. So it's really it's my fault. But anyway, for me it took 30 seconds. For my cousin, it took around 30 minutes because he said he has a deep something wrong with his root canal. But then the kid, it only took around 15 minutes.
Mhm.
So basically, the pain would go away and it won't come back unless you trigger it yourself. So
Wow.
I'm really glad that it's very, very effective and it's really, really helpful. And then I still have a lot of stories, but
Yeah, you can tell us. Grabe, tell us.
yeah,
Tell us more. We want to hear your stories.
yeah, for my mom. So for my mom, she has diabetes. So sometimes her hands would like numb. It would numb and it would be in pain. So what I do is I blow on the affected part, and after just 15 to 30 minutes, the pain would go away. And the most common effect of the itera, as I have observed, you will really have a deep sleep. Like just 30 minutes into blowing, all the people that I've blown will sleep
Wow.
really, really deep. So I'm really, really glad that I discovered this device because I think it can help a lot of people. I've been trying to convince other people to use this one, but maybe I don't know. I'm from the Philippines, so the amount is quite big for other people.
Yeah.
But for those who will be able to afford, I know from our place, I live in the mountainous area.
Mm.
There are only three people who have itera here in our place, and the
Okay.
other one is a nerve damage. He was
Mm.
able to stand up. I was
Mm.
really glad that he was able to stand up after 1 year being bedridden. And then the
Wow.
other one has a stroke. It only took 1 month, and he was able to stand up.
Wow.
It was really an amazing experience for those people because it
Yeah.
really helped them change their lives.
It's really nice. Now, to
Mm.
you and your family members, do you drink the water as well, the wondered water?
Yes, too. It was instructed that it would be 2 glasses, but I cannot take two. I only let them drink 1 glass before and after the session
Mm.
because for me I would palpitate. So I'm scared for them. So I just let them drink 1 glass of wanded water.
Okay.
Yeah, before and after the session.
Well, thank you so much, Gretchen, for coming forward to share your many stories, and may it continue to help your family and loved ones, and continue to use it and share it. And I'm sure it will help a lot of people. Probably right now they haven't even heard about the product yet. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. I will continue
Okay.
sharing.
Yeah, there you have it. I think, it's really amazing. And as we have heard from Gretchen, the one device is being used for the helper, for the family, and so many people, right? So it's something that what Suzi said, a while ago, every home should have one, right? It should be like your emergency kit, right? Something like that. So thank you so much for watching today. I hope you guys enjoy it. And thank you to all my two wonderful guests today, and hope to see you all again next week. So bye for now.
Medical disclaimers. itera Classic and itera Pro are not medical devices. The information provided on our website is for educational purposes only and does not substitute for professional medical advice. Please consult a medical professional or healthcare provider if you are seeking medical advice, diagnoses, or treatment. Prife International shall not be liable for risks or issues associated with using or acting upon the information on our website. Prife International shall not be liable or responsible for the actions, misrepresentations, or negligence of our members who are independent contractors.